Maid moves to Michigan. As you can see, I think my dog is in heaven. Sorry, I'm laughing and bouncing the camera. Oh my God. I'm not sure that I've ever seen Elvis turn all the way over. He's a little chunk, you know. He loves the grass. Elvis, do you love the grass? Huh? Are you loving the grass? And today, Elvis saw his first squirrel, which I knew he was going to go running after. This is Jinx. Jinxie, Jinxie, you're not letting me show you. Silly dog. Well, Jinx will not show her face. So here's some pretty purple flowers. Oh my gosh. So I'm relaxing. I have laid on the couch all day today, and I think I deserve it. Call me crazy, but I'm just a little exhausted. Let's see what kind of update I can give you. My new roommate is off to a football game. So, like I said, I'm just chilling and relaxing. Mark left yesterday, left Michigan after our 5-day drive. He is not done with his vacation or going back to Arizona yet. He is at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame today. So that was a little bit hard saying goodbye to him. And, you know, how do you thank somebody who tows your 2003 car 5 days across the country? You know what I mean? It was very, very emotional because, you know, that's a lot for somebody to do with you. And he volunteered. I didn't even ask him. Elvis, that's the fence, darling. Oh my God. Just to show you the difference. I have never seen Elvis do that in Arizona. So I think either that or he's got really itchy back. I got him a brush, so I'm going to brush him. Hopefully today it's been raining pretty much since we got here. Oh, I see the mailman, but Elvis doesn't, which is funny. Elvis, you missed the mailman, back on your back. You know, this has been such an adventure, and people on Facebook are so nice. I agree. It takes a lot of courage. And I think that I was in such a mode of, I got to get this done. And because I had to get out of my place so fast, I haven't had a lot of chance to think about it. You know what I mean? I just you get on adrenaline and you just do. So there hasn't been a lot of, oh my God, what am I doing? Because I haven't really thought about it. I just had to do it. So, I guess now the next few days is probably going to sink in a little. But let me tell you what happened yesterday. Elvis, you missed the mailman, honey. You missed him. He walked right by. I know how much you love the mailman. Yesterday I wanted to show Mark where I grew up, so I drove to my old neighborhood in Walled Lake to show him my house. And so, you know, we were parked outside her front yard. And I didn't know if she was home or anything, nor was I going to knock on the door. I was just parked out there, and I was, you know, telling him a couple of different things and showing him my old house on Wolverine Lake. They added a whole nother, they added an addition, and they went up. So it's 3 stories now, and it was only 2 when I lived there. Anyway, she came around front, and she saw us out there. And Mark called out to her. He said, hey, you know, used to live here. Just to kind of explain why we're sitting in front of the lady's house, you know. And she kind of looked in, and she started talking, and she had an accent. And I remembered that the person who bought the house was like of Spanish, I don't know, from Spain or Peru or maybe South America. I had remembered that somebody of foreign descent had bought the house, and I thought right away, I'm like, oh my God, the same person owns the house. And she was kind of looking weird at Mark, and then I kind of poked around, and I shut my car off and came out, and she said, what's your last name? I said, well, my last name is Miller, but my parents' last name was Marriott. And she said, oh, yeah, I bought the house from your parents. I'm like, oh my God. I don't know. I guess you think that things will go through change, and that means she moved in 36 years ago, that she had stayed at the same house since we had moved out. So she was so nice. She let us come sit on her deck, which the house didn't have a deck when I lived there. The deck comes off of my old bedroom. I'm like, I wish I had a deck when I come off my bedroom. Yeah. Anyway, she was so kind. We walked down to the water. I was telling her, just a couple of little funny things about where we lived and how all the weeds come up to there. She's like, yep, they still do. And I was telling her how my dad's car had slipped down the driveway. She's like, no, I've never had that happen. I'm like, yeah, one time in an ice storm it happened. But she was very kind. She said the same neighbors were there, although unfortunately I didn't remember them. But, I was a kid. I didn't really pay that much attention to those things. Point being, she was super kind. She said, oh, your mom made cakes, right? I'm like, yep. And I said, my dad had the race boat. She's like, yep. I'm like, wow, that was really cool. It was nice. I wasn't that emotional about it. I had already seen, when I've been back to Michigan to visit, I had seen my former house. So that wasn't too emotional, but it just felt real good and warm. And I was telling her that she was the third owner because we bought from old friends in the neighborhood. And then my grandparents lived in the same neighborhood, so it was nice to see my grandparents' old house and take a look. Not much had changed at all on my grandparents' house, and show Mark that. So that was real nice. And then I drove Mark to the Henry Ford Museum, and then he was going to take a lift from there to his train. So I have been resting since then. And it's weird. It's kind of nice to not have any plans for a little bit, because I've been so go, go, go. I mean, I put in my 2 weeks, and then I had 1 week to pack and leave. So I've just been going, going, going. So although there's a piece of me that feels like, oh my God, I got to hurry up and get a job. The other piece of me is like, relax, just relax. You deserve this. Everything will come at the right time. So that's where we're at with things. If I go do anything, I'm going to another cider mill to meet up with my cousin this weekend. So I'll do a little couple of vlogs on Saturday to show you a couple of things. But for now, I'm just going to watch. Hey, I live in Detroit now. I'm going to watch the Lions and the Packers tonight on Thursday Night Football, and take a bath and just chill with the pups and the cats, and have a good time. All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye.